name is Andrea Praber. I'm your host, and this is What's Up Ocala. And today I have a very special guest with me. Tony, tell everybody who you are and where you work.
Yeah, my name is Tony Park. I work at Guaranteed Rate Mortgage Lending, and we do mortgage loans. That's what we do.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we have had mortgage lenders in before, and they have told us all these really cool things that they can do, and FHA and all the different loans and what the rates are doing and stuff like that. But there's been a lot of changes lately, and I think there's a lot of changes coming up. So like, what are you seeing, and what kind of stuff can you guys do it's just a little special? It's just a little bit more special, just a little bit. So tell everybody all about it.
Yeah. So, it's an interesting time right now, right?
Yeah. Very.
We've been rates have been, for the past couple of years, just going up to tackle inflation.
Mm-hmm.
And right now is an exciting time because we had our first rate decrease. Yay.
Yeah, I was so excited about that.
From the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
It was, I think it was in October.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what we think is going to be the beginning of the rate lowering cycle.
I would hope so, because it's kind of, bounced around a little bit while it's been in there. But there were so many people that were saying they wanted to hold off until after the election. I'm not entirely sure why. I think they were thinking that whoever they voted for would personally come to their house and bless it or something, or their loan. I'm not really entirely sure what they were waiting for, because it really doesn't have an individual person kind of. That's not really that office is not really for that. But everybody's always hoping for better things and for change and stuff. So a lot of people were waiting until after the election. So it's now officially after the election. What do you think is going to happen? Are we going to see more rate dropping then, or are we going to see more sales, less? Go ahead, get your crystal ball.
Yeah. I think there's going to be. I think there's my crystal ball. Let me get it out here. It's right there. Yeah. There it is. So, right now it's kind of everybody's in this wait and see mode, right? They still have this thought of 2-3% mortgages. There's a group of people like that.
It's not going to happen, y'all.
Yeah. So those, that's really, not going to happen, like you said.
Yeah.
It may not happen for a long time, right? So my thing is, someone is looking to purchase a home or sell their home, or they want to refinance, or whatever their situation is with real estate or financing. Think about what your goals are, and don't let what the rates are today take you away from what your goals are.
Right.
Because the rates, they go up, they go down, right? And there's no perfect time to refinance or purchase, Right. So the best thing to do is actually talk to a lender.
Of course.
Yeah. Talk to a lender.
Yep.
Let the lender know what your goals are, right? Short-term, long-term, what your situation is. The lender will look at your information, your assets, your income, your credit, and they can give you the best possible scenarios and options so that best benefits your family and helps you reach your goals. Yeah.
It always kind of, for me, anytime really it's not about the interest rates and everything. And I can understand, because they bounced way up really fast. And people, doubled, almost tripled, it seemed like overnight.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, no, it's got to come back down, right? No, it doesn't necessarily. But, thankfully we are seeing that a little slightly bit.
Yeah.
But it's been about a year, almost 2 years with those higher rates.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of those people that were like, okay, I'm going to wait and I'm going to rent until the rates come down, that's 100% interest.
Yeah.
That is a lot of, you just gave us a really cool breakdown of renting versus buying. And I'm in this business all the time. I see the numbers.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that somebody that's paying $1,800 a month in rent, and it never increases, and that's not going to happen, I can promise you right there. But $1,800 a month in rent, after 30 years, they will have paid over $1 million to live in that home, and yet if they move out, they have nothing.
Correct.
Ah!
Yeah.
Like, who
Yeah.
does that? Don't do that.
Yeah, I know. You know, and I think it's people sometimes they just don't know. Sometimes it's just easier to rent, and sometimes it's just easier, and you don't know. But owning a home is the American dream.
Yes.
All right,
Absolutely.
owning a home is the most important investment anyone will ever make. Right. So when you own your home, you take out a mortgage, you pay the mortgage. Honestly, that is a permanent savings account that you've created in your mortgage. So you're not only paying a little interest, but you're paying your mortgage down, and that turns into equity, which turns into generational wealth for you in your home. You know, you can pass that down to your children. There's a lot of nice things about that.
Well, it's also kind of stability. I mean, it's actually been a really, really rough couple of months, actually, because we had an investor who's had houses with us for years and years, and he let us know that he wants to go ahead and sell off his portfolio. And he has multiple houses, and he's had long-term tenants, fantastic tenants, of course, you know, but he wants to sell the whole portfolio, and he wants to sell, you know, like 2 houses per year for tax purposes or whatever. So he has a whole plan. So he doesn't want to renew any of the leases, and as they come up for up for renewal, he's just like, no, just go ahead and, you know, try and find them something somewhere else, because I can't renew them. I'm going to go ahead and sell. So I had to tell 2 families that one of which has lived in their house for 6 or 7 years, that they now have to move out like immediately, like as soon as possible, and live somewhere else. And of course we tried to find something else for them, but they had very specific needs of school districts and all this other stuff. And you know, and they couldn't, at that point it was too late to try and purchase something, because they've never even had it in their head. You know, as much as we try and help our tenants all the time, trying to help them to purchase houses, they just never even had it in their head. So by the time they went to the lender at that point, we're like, hey, yeah, you know, we would like to buy this house that we've been living in for, you know, going on a decade. They were like, well, yeah, but you also just started this, you know, job where you're doing 1099, and you haven't had it that long, and you know, you're gonna have to wait like 6 months to 12 months or whatever. Great, you know. So it was just it was rough, you know. Those kids now don't have that stability of that's home, but they were renting. It's not theirs. Even if you are renting, even if you are a fantastic tenant, you have no control, none whatsoever. You have no control of what your rent's going to be next year. You have no control over whether or not the owner will renew. You have no control over so many things, whether something gets fixed, whether you can have a dog or 6, whatever floats your boat, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff where there's just no stability. So you're talking about like generational wealth, but what about like the everyday? You know, like your kids should be able to know where they're going home, you know, like that it just tears me up.
It sounds like it was rough to go through that with that process, dealing with your tenants, you know. And when you're saying that, you know, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, how could we have avoided that situation? That's a rough situation.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, I would have loved to have avoided it. 100%.
And I think the main thing is it's more advocacy in home ownership, education, right? So I think we need to do a better job of that for people that are renters out there, to learn about the process of home buying, being a first-time home buyer, what it takes. More education, more seminars on your credit score, you know, where that needs to be. Budgeting, just simple budgeting. Home budgets.
Yes, I'm surprised by how many people do not even, they don't do a regular budget. Maybe possibly they never have, or don't even know where to get started. And it's like, but that's like, that's the beginning part. Like how do you know where you're going if you don't know where you're at right now? Right. Like, how do you and your spouse, like, how do you communicate about finances and stuff if neither of you knows or thinks or you know what the other one's doing? It would be so problematic. So yeah, it's just, actually my husband told me that we needed to do our budget together the other day, and I procrastinated and put it off at least one day because I did get a little happy with the Amazon the other day. So, but there was a really good sale. So, yeah, I know it's time to pay the piper, and I'm going to get the raised eyebrow and stuff. But it's still important. You still have to do it. You still have to sit there and communicate and go, okay, well, that's great for right now. It's an awesome sale, but that also means we're not going to be able to do some of the other goals that we had for next month, next year, whatever, because of that little thing. So having those conversations are hard. Do you and your spouse, you guys, sit down?
It makes me think about. Well, we used to. It's usually just her telling me to. My wife, she's called the red pen wife, okay?
Oh,
so she crosses everything out. So I want to put on, I want to do this.
Okay, so the saver,
she crosses,
and the spender.
Yes,
right,
yes.
Okay.
I'm definitely the spender,
okay.
You know, she's definitely the saver. And,
gotcha.
But you got to have kind of yin and yang. You have to have
the
opposites.
You have to have both because, you know, if it was just savers out there in the world, it would be a very boring place. I'm sorry.
Yes.
They would be so miserly with their money. It would just be all stuck somewhere, either in the bank or the mattress or whatever, saving for a rainy day that never comes. It would be so boring.
Are you the one that, are you the risk taker in your
yes.
marriage?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. No. My husband says I'm not allowed to say the sentence, how hard can it be? Not allowed to say that sentence. It is banned in our house because that's how we ended up with like a brokerage and, you know, married and everything else. So no, we're not. Yeah,
I always say, let's do it. And don't worry about it. You know what? Hey, you know what? If it works out, we win. Yeah. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, we learn.
Yeah, we learn. Exactly. Exactly. It's a lesson.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Totally.
Still,
either way, you win.
For the lesson. So, you know, it's like education. You have to pay for education, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, that would be problematic. But yes, my husband is the red pen person in our relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but he doesn't have the goals and stuff, and the ideas and the plans and stuff. Because I'm like, okay. He's like, all right, we're gonna save this amount, and I'm like, okay, for what?
Yeah.
Nothing. We're just gonna save it. No.
Yeah.
I have to have a reason, or it's going to Starbucks.
Yes.
That's where that's going.
Yes.
So we have to have have those plans and those goals, and let's dream, and let's have that, or else it just doesn't.
Absolutely,
really work.
And that's what's great about like living in this country. All right, the American dream is live. Owning your own home, owning your own business. Right, there's nowhere better to do that, especially in Ocala. Ocala is booming right now.
It is, and it is so pro small businesses here. I don't think that we could have gotten nearly as far as we did, as fast as we did, if we were anywhere else in the world. I mean, they were so supportive every step of the way. There were so many people that were helping us, Cindy.
Yeah, I think when I go out just to go to the restaurants or any of this doctor's office, it seems like everywhere you go, it's packed. The parking lots are full. And
you ain't seen nothing yet. We're about to have hits. Horses in the sun, all the horse people, they flood in. Oh my goodness. Oof.
Yeah. But you know what? Ocala's got the nicest people in the world too, I think. You know, I'm not from Ocala originally, but when I'm driving around and you're driving and it's busy, you got to make your turn. Everybody's always, go ahead, you go first. Yeah, I love that.
It makes it so problematic when we go other places, though, and then it's like, why won't they let us in? Like, are you the owner of the road now? Like, just let me in. You don't, why is it hurting you if I'm in front of you?
Yeah.
It really, it's
I feel like that's a thing, Andrew. I feel like we need to have on our cars, like a designation. I'm the kind of people, like a light or something, a blinking light that says, I don't let people in.
Yeah, I think they don't really need a sign because we find out who they are pretty quickly. Right. Yeah. And then there's the people that are risk takers, and they also have a sign, but it's normally because every single fender has just got a bruise or something on. Those are the cars you stay away from because they got nothing to lose. Okay.
Yeah.
The headlights like hanging off. It's like no, that car is duct taped together and it is a Bondo friend. Like no, stay away from that.
Yeah. I remember growing up in my early days of driving, and sometimes my vehicle was not perfectly there was dents, there were scratches,
dents. You had the bruises, huh?
Yes, the bruises. It was it's been around the block, and yes, and there's nothing you could do as a young person. You just kind of drive with it.
I honestly wonder if there's a direct correlation between being a spender and being the person that maybe has not the most perfect driving record. I think that might have a correlation because my driving record is lengthy, we'll say. Not in recent history, of course, but maybe in the past, in my 20s especially. My husband has had like one ticket one time in his entire life, okay? One. That's it. And he can tell you exactly when it was, where it was, how much it was, and it was like 40 years ago. And
wow. 40 years ago.
I can't even tell you how many tickets I've had. So it's like, I think there's a correlation.
I think there is, because I am more also a risk taker, more visionary.
Yeah.
And then, but when I first began driving, and this is embarrassing, but I think between the ages of 16 and 18, I mean, I must have had 4, 5, 6 accidents and tickets, and I got my license suspended for 30 days. I remember that. SR 22. That was the thing I had to get to renew.
So, I did not actually get my license until I was 18. That's probably a good thing.
Yes.
How does your wife drive?
She drives, I don't want to talk about my wife in front of people. Okay?
No, of course not. We would not do that. No.
But I believe, she's a conservative driver, but I believe that, sometimes, my wife has direction issues. Okay.
Yes,
so I don't know if you've ever met anybody with that.
Yes. Yes, I have actually.
My wife is super smart, beautiful, everything, but for some reason, in terms of directional things, it's not there.
Challenged.
Yeah. And
she's a realtor.
Yes. So I have met my sister. She got lost inside of our house one time. I was like, and even just the other day we were talking about it, and we're like, we're like, oh, how long did it take you to come over or whatever? Because she purchased a house actually through you guys' help. And she purchased a home, and so she was like, I just drove straight west, and I'm like, no, and she's like, well, northwest, and I'm like, still no. She's in the shores. It's almost exactly directly southeast. I was like, no, there's no part of north anywhere near you in the shores. So she's a little and she's like, it's me, I'm directionally challenged, and she actually used to be a realtor as well. Really?
So.
And I think it's a whole generation of people that have never opened up a map, they don't know what a Thomas Guide is. I don't know if you remember the Thomas Guide?
I used to use the Atlas.
Oh, the Atlas?
Massive book, and then every state had its own page, and we used that.
I remember, I remember I used to make photocopies of a Thomas Guide, and we used to draw on with the highlighter where we're going and all that.
Yeah, we used to, remember the MapQuest? You print out, like if you're going on a trip across the United States, it's going to be like a 60-page book, and it's like, okay, turn this on this highway, and each page is like, it was insane. Sometimes it was wrong, so imagine GPS but printed out. It was crazy, but we did it. We did it. So, but to get back on the lending thing, we've gone down kind of a rabbit hole. Sorry about that. But my sister actually, hopefully she doesn't mind too much of me sharing this, but I don't think she will. You guys actually helped her to purchase a home, and she did. She was able to. Got a contract for her where the seller paid the closing costs, which is very cool. Sellers are very much wanting to sell their houses right now because there was kind of a lull in the market. Some pretty good deals, and they have no issues with, most of them have no issues with doing closing costs. Even new construction, quite a few of them are just writing it in right away. So she did that, and then did down payment assistance as well. So she had no down payment. She had her closing costs paid, and then the down payment assistance program also paid for part of her closing costs. So when she went to the closing table, I believe they owed her $10,000.
That's awesome.
That was crazy, right?
Isn't that great?
Yeah, she was like so nervous, and so because she's always rented, and even as a realtor, she saw it she was more property management, so she saw it more as a little bit different time frame where it was like the 2% and stuff, and buyers were buying and sellers weren't doing closing costs, and it was just different. So Yeah,
That was a
pretty
crazy
cool.
time. Yeah.
It was.
When there was like 30 offers on a house.
Oh.
Listed on
that
a
was
Friday,
awful.
sold by Sunday, you know.
I actually just had that. We just had a house that went under contract in like 24 hours, multiple offers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we are going to start seeing that more and more.
You move quickly. A lot of those builders and sellers right now, they are motivated to move their homes. And you can definitely help pay for those closing costs or buy the rate down and make a better, more attractive monthly payment for you. So there's a lot of
It's kind of crazy because the people that are saying, oh, well, I want to wait until, oh, I want to wait until, oh, I want to wait until.
Yeah.
Well, so is everybody else.
Yeah.
So once you, actually decide, oh, okay, now's the right time, and you jump on the bandwagon with everyone else,
it's too late.
It's too late. You're not going to get those deals. They're gone. They're here now.
Well, not only that is it here now, you get to pick the kind of house you want.
Yes.
When this changes, folks, when it changes, you're not gonna have a choice to pick this in this house. You're gonna get you right
get
now.
What you get.
Yeah, you get what you get, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. Everybody's like, oh, you realtors, you must have had such a great time when there were so many offers.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Okay, it was absolutely horrible. I had buyers. Yeah, I had lots of buyers. They were all qualified.
Yeah.
They were wonderful, very sweet families. And we were putting like 8, 9, 10 offers, and all of them were denied. We're way over asking price. Did not matter. It was awful.
Emotional roller coaster.
It was, and it was just like, this is just ridiculous. We're going way over asking price, no incentives, paying over market. Like this is crazy, and over and over and over. How would you like to do your job 8, 9, 10 times until they're so beat down they just don't even want to buy them anymore?
Right.
And then you don't get paid. Like, do the same job 8, 9, 10 times, and then them just walk away and you're just out. Like, it was horrible. It was horrible.
A colossal waste of time.
Colossal waste of time. Not only for me, but also for them. A lot of heartache and heartbreak. Also for the buyer. But it was really, really frustrating. It was really, man, and I really like sleep, and I didn't get to sleep for like 2 years. It was.
That's why now is actually a perfect time. Right now you can go in there with a little leverage and ask for some incentives and credits from the sellers, whether they're a builder. You can negotiate price. All you need is a expert realtor professional, which we have here. Oh, hello, Andrea.
It's me.
Andrea Paper with Great Expectations Realty.
That was a horrible shameless plug you just gave me. That was awful. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but that was totally shameless.
Oh, we got to help each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, and honestly, I think that's what actually is a bit of a problem too. Is you mentioned how it's available. Now is the time to purchase.
Yeah.
It is right there. I said the same thing when it was 2% interest rate, and nobody. They're like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna wait for that. I'm like, it is 2% interest rate. You will never see this again. Hurry up. You will never see, and you're going to, and this is the lowest I've ever seen houses. Yeah. And they're like, you're saying that because you're a realtor and you just want to sell something. I'm like, now they're all like, what happened to that 2% interest rate? You missed the boat. It's gone. It's sailed. You're standing on the dock going, I guess I'm going to be paying rent for the foreseeable future. I mean, that's not what you want to do.
And when you're paying rent, who's making money?
The landlord.
That landlord's making money.
Well, and the property manager. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
For me personally, because we do property management at our company, it does not matter to me whether you pay rent or mortgage. My pocketbook will be the same. But I want you, for your family, to go ahead and purchase a home. It is the best thing that you can possibly do for your family for so many, many, many reasons. So I strongly encourage you to do it. But if you want to stay renting for the rest of your life, I will still get paid.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you this story about a tenant that I know. And about a year ago, they were deciding upon, should I buy or should I not buy? And should I keep on renting, right?
Right.
And so their rents around the $2,000 range and per month. And they were like, oh, the rates are so high. The rates are so high, right? Well, if they would have purchased then and stopped renting, then they would have saved. Their rent is $2,000 a month. It's $24,000 a year. they would be able to put that money into their home and not just throw it away and give it to the landlord. Right? They would own their home, and in that year, there's been a little appreciation on that houses they were looking at. So the houses they were looking at went up a little bit, and also they would have been able to pay down that mortgage a little bit and saved it. Right? So there's two ways they could have made money, with house values going up and also paying down the principal of their mortgage. Right. And that's just in 1 year, Right. But now they're in a situation where they're renting and they're still thinking and they're regretting that. They're regretting. They hope.
I'm
wish
sure
they
the
would have
rent has
purchased.
gone up, because I'm seeing rents going up like crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy amounts for rents. So because I don't ever want to have to tell somebody that, hey, because you didn't get a mortgage before, it's too late to try and get one now, and you have to pay to get, because it's expensive to rent when you move. Like you have security deposit. You have first month's rent. Sometimes you have last month's rent as well. They have application fees. Sometimes they have key fees and
all the pet stuff.
Fees. The pet stuff.
Everybody's got a dog, so and a cat.
And it's just gone. So it actually, in all honesty, at times is way more expensive to move into another rental than it is to purchase a home.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. It's craziness. You wouldn't think so, but it totally is. Especially with all the new construction out there. There's a lot of really, really reasonably priced houses.
Yeah, and they're starting to build multifamily homes too that are a little lower price point, and they're giving the great incentive. I think I saw some homes, kind of townhome condo style, 2 stories. Yeah. Maybe it was in the like mid 200s or low 200s. Yeah. And they give incentives, right? and
then all the incentives on top. It's crazy. Yeah, they're doing all of that stuff, but it's just absolutely insane right now what you can get. And they're like, but what about the interest rate? Oh, I'm going to wait until after the election. Right. Okay. Yeah. But now it's officially after the election. Yeah. And now everybody else that was waiting is now going to be hitting the market.
That's right. It's going to be it's going to get a little more competitive. When you're paying rent and your housing costs, your mortgage, if you buy right now, the rents are higher. Yeah. In Ocala, especially, the rents are higher than you purchasing a home and just paying that on average.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason that investors invest in real estate. It's because they make money.
Correct.
So, if it wasn't a good idea, they wouldn't do it. Yeah. But you actually, now you said something about education, but you actually have education that you offer to people. You have you have a first-time homebuyer guide.
Yeah, we have a first-time homebuyer ebook. It's this 67-page ebook that I can offer you. If you go to rate.com/TonyPark and just give me an email or go to my website, and you can get that ebook. It's completely free. Also, if you call me, we can give a 1-hour consultation, and I can for free and show you how you can purchase a home.
Well, I will put that link in the description. So look in the description and get your first-time homebuyer guide. Because what was it, like
67 pages.
67 pages.
Step by step.
Yeah. So you will get that I will put that in the description. And then you have something with credit, right?
Yes.
So what is that? Like, how do you do that?
So credit's that big scary word, right?
It is.
It's I mean when credit
so
is
judgmental.
They judge you, right, with this number, right?
Yes.
It's
evil.
And there's like 3 credit bureaus.
All of a sudden, I'm going to have, like, my credit rating is going to tank.
The phone's listening to you.
I know, right? It's like, hey, she spoke badly of the credit rating, killer FICO, but So
I mean, the reality is that when banks loan money out to folks, they want to be paid back. And one of the determinant factors is we look at your credit score. So what we have is a program designed to help you educate you on what the credit score is, how you control it, how you keep it at a good place, going up. Okay, so we give you that education, and also we have a program where we take a look at your credit score, and we can tell you, we can raise your credit score by 10 points, 50 points, 100 points by doing this or that, right? And that works. That is something, because the higher the credit score, usually you get a better interest rate on your loan. Yeah. And you're in a better program as well.
What was the name of that thing? Because that was pretty cool. That I forgot what what?
Credit repair toolkit.
Yeah, the credit repair.
Yeah, we have a
toolkit.
credit
Yeah.
report.
It's
Yes.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's
it's
free as well. Yeah,
So,
call me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll put
Yeah.
I'll put his stuff in there, so
Yeah.
we got his
Yeah.
information.
We'll chat.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's all these tools, there's all these
Mm-hmm.
resources. They have all these people that are, more than happy to talk to them. Like, if somebody calls you and they're like, not even remotely, like, you wouldn't loan them a library book. Like, what? We've come across this. That's actually somebody that had done their credit score. They were like, that's who they came up with that. Anyway, but if they come in, what do you say to them? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, this is the starting point. I would always ask them what their goals are. What's your situation? Tell me about your life. What are you interested? Where are you going? What's your goals, right? And most of these people, they've been renting, their whole life, and they want to purchase a home. Right. They want to get into
it's a goal.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's the American dream, right? So, but they don't know how to start. They don't know if they can do it or not.
It's scary. It's overwhelming.
Absolutely. There's so many factors involved, and but for me, it's a starting point. All right, we get together, we'll talk, we'll look at your situation. We do right now we have a digital application, so it's AI engineered, so it's very fast. You just apply.
There's no judgy Tony sitting there in like a business suit in a cold office. No, no. Just do it online. You'll be fine.
yeah. Just do it online. You'll be in your own comforts of your own home. But you fill out the application. We'll send you a link. You apply. We do a soft credit pull, and then that's the starting point. And then from there, we'll get on the phone. I'll tell you exactly how you want to get to a point where you're in position and approved and pre-approved to purchase a home. And once we get you pre-approved, and once you're in that situation and you got that little paper that says I'm approved, then I pass you over to Andrea.
And we go shopping.
And you go shopping.
Yeah. Shopping's the fun part. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that part.
Yeah.
So, but I can't even fathom. I know a lot of people don't want to even find out if they are pre-approved because they are so intimidated by somebody like you, a lender telling them no, or they're not good enough, or some kind of judgmental kind of thing. Because it is very private, and one generation back, they would have never even thought to go and do credit or share their finances or anything like that with anybody. And so I mean, it is kind of scary and stuff. But
and then that's why we do seminars, we do education type workshops, so people can kind of understand exactly without running a credit report or without taking the steps forward. Just if you just want to talk, we can share with you the steps, and maybe you can get some information and you'll feel better about it. And because I understand, when I bought my first house, or when I first started looking into this, when I was younger, I mean, I used to live in an apartment. Every 6 months I'd be moving to a different apartment.
Right.
I get a new deposit, put it down,
ready yet.
just moving. But once you decide, okay, look, I'm a big boy, I'm gonna buy my first house.
Yep.
And that's when we learn, right?
Yeah.
So I can help you.
Yeah.
Andrew can help you. We can both help you.
It's a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
To borrow that line. So it really is. I can't. We're friends, so I can't even see you as intimidating. But in all honesty.
Yeah.
You have a black belt, and so does your wife, and like you can do things with push-ups and stuff that I can't even fathom. So like I've seen the videos. Like if you guys see the Facebook stuff, and like your wife scares me. She's like 5'0" and
she's incredible.
She's truly terrifying. Like she actually intimidates me a little bit more because she's like she literally comes up to like here on me, and she did. She was on TV once for it even.
Yeah, she was on American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
So yep.
Yeah, she scares me.
And so we're a family of black belts. My wife and I, our kids. We've been doing it for maybe 13 years. My wife, she did Taekwondo when she was young, and she did it with her father and brothers and sisters, and they did it together. And then so she took a break after high school and such, and then went to college and all that, and then met me afterwards. And when we had our first child, it was just a natural thing. Okay, we got to get them into Taekwondo. And I'm like, and it was funny because we have, it's me, my wife, and our 2 kids. And I didn't really want to do martial arts. It wasn't a
Really?
thing. Yeah. I
You're
wasn't.
a black belt. What
Yeah, I mean, but I played like basketball and football, and like I was
okay.
kind of like
Sports,
that, you know,
sports.
before,
Okay, yeah.
and then
Yeah,
so
that kind of thing.
yeah, sports, and then so my wife's like, we gotta do martial arts, we gotta do taekwondo. It was great for me growing up, so she said, let's go join the local, you know, gym, the school, you know, down the street, and so, you know, the reason, I mean, it's become my passion now, but the reason I joined was because it was like. And taekwondo is expensive. It's not a cheap thing, okay?
Yeah, no,
because you know, like you don't pay for your belts, but you do pay for your belts because, you know, it was like a monthly fee and all that.
Oh yeah.
So it was like my son was like $200 a month. My daughter was like $160. My wife was like $100, and the fourth person was free.
Oh. Well,
so I became the free guy.
Oh, so you got yours because.
So I was forced into it, and then I was like, okay, might as well. It's free. Yeah. And then, like 13 years later, I've been doing it, and I went. My wife and I are third degree. So is my son, third degree black belt, and we're actually going back to train to get our master's degree. Kind of like you go to college, you got bachelor degree, different levels.
I thought it was black belt and then you're done, but apparently there's different degrees of black.
There's
belt.
different degrees. You can be a master, you can be a grandmaster, and
oh my goodness.
And there's just you know when you're a grandmaster, you can like levitate, which is cool.
Okay, so like we're talking like Jackie Chan versus Bruce Lee, then Bruce Lee would be like, way up here.
Right, stuff like that. Yeah, there's different levels. So. But it's cool because, you know, my wife, she's a martial artist, but she did the American Ninja Warrior show for a few years, and that was a lot of fun too.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, so she,
like
she's,
no fear.
No fear.
Full on.
Yeah.
Got this.
She jumps from things way up high, and she can. It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I, you know, most women my age, you know, we think we're pretty tough stuff. No, your wife could kick my butt like without a problem. So yeah, but she's like the sweetest, nicest person. She's so petite and everything. And then I see her on Facebook and these like crazy things that she can do physically. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. You know
do not underestimate.
You know, more people need to know about martial arts. I think it's great for the kids. It teaches respect, discipline, you know, listening skills, teaches you how to control your body, be aware of your surroundings. And but let's do it. I'm going to do a demonstration for you in front of the camera. All right, okay. Not right now, but we will do.
Yes, but we will.
We'll do it for the future.
We'll do a short,
all right,
yes.
You're gonna see something cool. All right.
Okay.
And it'll just be amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll break some bricks.
Okay. Break.
Yeah.
Don't break yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do it off of the. Yeah. Not here. Yes. Yeah.
Liabilities.
Yes. We're gonna do that.
Off property.
Off property. It has nothing to do with the company. But yeah, no, it would be cool.
Yeah. You will too. I'll show you how to do it.
I'm gonna break a brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna train a little bit first.
I'm going to break myself.
Ready. You can do it.
That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna break myself. That'll be awesome.
Okay.
No.
We'll start with wood first.
Okay. Yeah, no, that would hurt too. That would. We'll see. Okay, yeah. We'll see. I don't know if you guys. I don't know anybody wants to see me attempt that. Because I have.
Well, for a cause, we'll donate all the proceeds to a good cause.
All right, there. Oh, see, now he does.
Now you have to. You know, now you got to do it.
We'll do Isaiah 117 house.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, really want to build one of those.
We'll raise money, and all the maybe they can, depending on how many pieces of wood you break, people can donate money for the cause.
I thought we were one and done.
No, because like $100 a piece of wood, and then a little plank, and then.
Okay, I'm gonna break myself. Okay, yeah.
It's okay. I'll teach you.
Okay, yeah. I'm like sitting here looking at my nice polished nails, going, okay, yeah, all right. No, I can do that. I can do it.
But we used to teach taekwondo, and we used to compete. We used to travel around the country in tournaments. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So we took a break last few years. There was this whole global pandemic thing, so probably put a damper on some of that. Yeah, it was rough. I remember all the schools shut down for like a year or so, but then when they opened back up, it was tough. It was not the same, but then now it's getting better. Now it's getting better. Yeah, there's tournaments going on again, so it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you guys have gotten to know Tony a little bit. You won't be quite so
intimidated with calling a lender. They're human beings. They have wives, kids, you know, they're not like, oh no, shame on you, you don't budget yet. No, it's nothing like that. They're here to help.
Yeah.
They're here to help and just answer some questions and try and make it not quite so overwhelming and intimidating to purchase a home, because it really, I just cannot express to you enough how badly I want you to do it for your own family and for your stability and all of that. Because like I said, I've seen the other side of it, and it's not pretty. So yeah, that's it. All right. Way to leave it on a downer, right? Well, thank you.
It's not a downer. We're good. We're here to,
I really want that to happen.
We're here to help.
Yeah,
I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it done for you.
Yes.
Save you money.
But yeah, if one more person comments on my channel, well, of course she would say that. She's a realtor and they're money grubbing. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah. So obviously not somebody that hangs out on my channel very much. It's somebody like that, because it's not where we're at. It's not where we're at like that at all. But yeah. So all right. On that note, Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. I love it that you came in. I've been begging him to come on this channel for a while now. So thank you for coming in, and I will make sure that all of your links and stuff is in the description. So if you guys want to call him and see if you can get pre-approved, or maybe just start on the path to home ownership, even if it's maybe a few months or a few years out, cool. He can at least get you started on the path and just kind of help you figure that out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, whatever you need. All right. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.